Alrighty, guys, what's going on? This is our first bounty hunt review on Twitch, or I'm sorry, YouTube, after being banned from Twitch. So we'll see how this goes. We got a dark server set up again. So if you guys don't recall, a while back we had a dark server, which basically is our own private server where we could stream whatever and not have to worry about censorship of any kind, or having to worry about what might or might not be allowed on any type of platform. So got that back up and going. That's what we're going to be going to. YouTube's TOS is completely different for their live streams compared to their VODs. So although, of course, there's lots of gun content in YouTube that you can upload and you can post all day, but when it comes to live streaming, they are very particular about no firearms on stream. So, that being said, what's going to happen tonight is I'm going to give you guys a little briefing. We're going to go over a little bit about this arrest and show as much of this video as we can, up to the point where it's like, okay, there's going to be a gun on stream, so we're going to go to the dark server and finish watching out the stream there. This stream will be, I will probably try to get this done the next day or so, but what I'm going to show you in the dark server is going to be merged with what's going on right now on YouTube, and then that will all be posted as one video on YouTube, and then that way anybody that missed tonight's stream can watch it in its entirety, which just seems a little silly because it's just the same content you're going to see, but because I can't stream it live, even though technically what I'm streaming isn't live, it is a firearm content in a live stream. So until I can get some more clarification on whether or not I can actually go over old video that isn't live on a live stream, and whether or not that actually violates YouTube's TOS for live stream content, that's probably what we're going to do this for now. So kind of crazy, kind of weird. All the different platforms have their own particular, TOS for when it comes to firearms and violence and that kind of thing, which is understandable. I mean, look, you can upload VODs of a lot of terrible things on YouTube. You just can't do a lot of terrible things live, of course. So that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense to a degree. They got to draw a line somewhere, but it does kind of suck and it's unfortunate, especially when we go over situations such as this. But tonight, what we're doing is we're going over. We are going over the last bounty hunt I had, which is for Codename Gru. For you guys that are new, every single time we on Twitch, what we were doing is that I would give you as many details about the person we were going after and going to go arrest, as far as charges and basic demographics and whatever I could glean off of their Facebook or social media accounts, and kind of relay to you and say, hey, based on this information, what are some suggestions for code names? You guys would spam them in the chat, and of course I'd pick several out and we put it to a vote or poll. You guys would vote on that code name on whichever one. Purely popularity contest would be that person's code name from then on out. And so that was an easy way for me to refer to an arrest without using their actual name. So that being said, that's pretty much how this is going to go this evening. Can you say if you can still do Storm Chase the guys that are streaming on Twitch and you on YouTube? Willie, so technically no. And I know Nathan would he actually tried to get me to come to chase hurricanes with him this week. But the last thing it would kill me if I was down there, and even though if I wasn't viewed on stream, if I was heard on stream, and then his stream got reported because, hey, there's a banned streamer on Nathan's stream, then Nathan would get banned right before he's trying to get over to TwitchCon. I'm just like, it's not worth the risk in my mind, even though Nathan probably say, screw it, let's do it. I just know that technically I'm not supposed to appear on any Twitch streamer's stream lest they get banned, and that would be the worst thing in the world. So I don't think I will ever be streaming Storm Chasing with anybody else on Twitch from here on out. I think I'll have to be on my own. We'll be on YouTube, and it's just again, if it's one of those things where if I show up on another feed from another streamer that's streamed to Twitch, especially with a lot of people watching, all it takes is one person to goof it up for everybody else and report it and say, hey, this is a banned streamer. He's showing up on the partner's channel, blah, blah, you need to take action. And as crazy as Twitch has been these past few days, I would not put it past them to do a ban on a partner who showed somebody that was a banned streamer on stream. And even if it was in a passive context. So, yeah, kind of sucks. But, no, it really sucks, actually. But anyhow, that's where that's at. Friends I've watched don't do shooting breakdowns live, but better safe than sorry. Yeah, T. Cush. And there's also, not only is there donut operators done it apparently, but also the whole live on patrol. I mean, they do this all the time, of course. Live. It's actually bounty hunting. I mean, or not bounty hunting live, but obviously doing police work live. And there's absolutely weapons being viewed. Whether or not they're not necessarily always being drawn or anything, but technically, according to YouTube Livestream 2 West, you're not even supposed to show the transport or even the holstering of a firearm. Like that's like a firearm's on a holster and it shows up on a live stream, banned. So I don't know if Live on Patrol's got any kind of special permission, or if they're just winging it and they haven't been caught yet, or what is the play there. But I just don't know. So that's what kind of sucks. Do you miss bounty? I remember watching while night shifts. Thanks for the great content. Hey, Crowdy, I still bounty hunt. I mean, like I said, I was just bounty hunting 2 weeks ago, which was, I think it was 2 weeks ago today that I got banned. So, it's still, or was it 3? Man, it's been so long. It feels so weird not being on Twitch for so long. But yeah, it's been a minute. I mean, so I still plan on doing some bounty hunting. I mean to call Kevin to see what hunts he has available for us. But to my knowledge, he has not gotten any new warrants for the past couple weeks. That being said, what I want to do tonight we're testing the dark server, seeing how that works, so that if we do go bounty hunting, here in the near future, and we're going to do it on Twitch, or we're going to do it, the dark server. Just want to make sure it's all working for us. So we are going to review an arrest. We are going to review an arrest. So, Steve's apparently the big bad wolf. Yes. Might be time to come out, Stephanie. Yeah, maybe. So we're not going to do bounty hunting on YouTube. We're not going to live stream bounty hunting on YouTube. At least not any bounty hunting that shows a firearm or weapon. So, which is quite a few arrests. Live Patrol just talks and gives out gift cards to people. Yeah, Witterson. There has been instances though where there's police officers shown, and they're, it's just very weird. It's very weird. Maybe I'll just go out bounty hunting without any firearms. Maybe I'll just do that. I'll just go completely no vest, no gun, just go out there and do my deal. And maybe that would get around that way. What's up, Sharon? Bounty on Rumble, problem solved. Yeah, Rumble is a possibility. There's no chat integration on Rumble just yet. That is all stuff that they're still working on. There are other platforms that could potentially do it. Oddly enough, the one place that doesn't seem to be in violation of what would be in violation of Twitch 2S is Facebook, which I know a lot of people has a knee-jerk reaction of streaming on Facebook. But one of the things we are working on towards doing is actually having StudioNRL.com host whatever stream from whatever platform. So if people wanted to watch something on Facebook but didn't want a Facebook account to log in, I don't even know if that's legal yet. So we're still trying to get through all that. Yeah, those are all the things we're trying to get figured out so that we can stream, find a place to stream at. But ultimately, YouTube will probably be the new hub of all content. So whether that's, live streaming range content on TikTok, which I actually do plan on doing here. Actually might be doing tomorrow. Because TikTok, oddly enough, has in their TOS where they will allow you to stream gun content so long as it's on a range safely, and there's safe weapons manipulation, and it's in an educational format. So, which is all my range stuff. So yeah, that will be posted. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out how I can do that, but it's gonna be portrait, which I guess if I can post it on YouTube as a portrait video, and people can go watch it. So who knows? It might take off. It might not. Like I said, this is all just an experiment. And we'll see how it goes. So, that being said, let's get on to the arrest and what we're going to be watching tonight. So, again, we're watching the arrest of Gru. This was an arrest that we probably, I think it was like 1, 2, 3. I think we went out 3 times for this person. When I say go out 3 times, it means we usually go out once a week on Wednesdays, go out and bounty hunt for somebody. We'll go out more if we get actionable intel and or if we get, we're getting down to the wire. We need to find them quickly. Wait, if you get unbanned Twitch in the future, I will not be unbanned from Twitch. I am forever banned on Twitch. I do not ever, there's no reason for me to anticipate I would ever be unbanned. So, but regardless of that, this guy was wanted for quite a few different assaults. And coincidentally, it's with his wife, who was apparently charging him or getting him charged with assault at each one of these cities. I think there were 3 cities in which he was charged with assault, which is absolutely crazy. And he also had a child endangerment charge regarding, which I believe was due to an assault that was occurring in the presence of his kid. And I don't know, apparently things got physical or violent, and he got charged with endangering the welfare of a child. So lots of stuff going on. This guy knows we were looking for him. So if you recall, we were out in the house What sucks, chat, is I don't have all this was as I was keeping all. I had not yet downloaded all these VODs off YouTube's or off. I'm sorry, off Twitch, so I don't have local recordings of the arrests, of the videos leading up to his arrest, nor of the arrest itself, because as soon as I got banned, I got blocked. All my content is on there, so I don't have access to that anymore, which sucks because there's a lot of good content that was in that VOD. But regardless. Went to one house, which he said was his primary address, and come to find out, the guy, I don't know if you guys recall, but we went in this house, and it stunk to high heaven. Like, it was disgusting. There was cockroaches crawling all over the kitchen. You couldn't step on the ground without stepping on cat feces or something other. I mean, it's just terrible. Just absolutely terrible. Well, that guy apparently was the ex of Gru's wife. Okay? So, that guy called the wife, who then told Gru, like, hey, these bounty hunters out for you. You know, he knew full well we were going after him. So we were trying to, like, all right, frick, how are we going to find this guy? You know, all our addresses we had for him were at hotels and or extended stays and this house. Well, out of the freaking blue, we get a phone call. And that phone call was from this guy's wife. He's saying, and she told us, hey, we did hear that he was in a general area around a particular part of town. It was pretty rough, but beyond that, we didn't know where exactly. So it was kind of it was a needle in the haystack at that point. But we got a call the blue saying, hey, Gru is at this address. Go arrest him. And it was like, what? And she's like, yeah. It's like, well, what's going on? And he's like, well, he's over there with his new girlfriend. And it's like, what? It's like, his new girlfriend? It's like, I thought you were married. He's like, we are. And he's like, but, you know, we got in a fight and he left and, you know, the girlfriend picked him up and took him away. And it was like, what the shiznit? This is crazy. So we got a brief description of the vehicle and the truck that this guy was walking or driving him around in, this, that, and the other. And yeah, it is nutty. So we get there. Kevin and I park about a block up the street, and after we drove by the house, there was no vehicle in the driveway. So we're like, all right, this is good because technically this is not a primary address. A primary address is any address that is considered any primary living space of the defendant. In order for us to determine a primary residence, we need some type of court, state, city issued document that has the defendant's name and that particular address on it. So property tax record would be an example, a court record, DMV record, what other kind of records? You know, whatever address he provided at the time of posting bond, there's a certified copy of bond that he signs with the jail when he leaves. That's a primary address as well. But this address we had was some new girlfriend that he had since he gotten out of jail hooked up with, and we didn't have him on. We didn't have any primary address for him. That being said, what we have to do is have to see him physically in the residence or know for certain that he's in the residence when we go attempt to retrieve him. We could technically go in and ask nicely. They say, hey, can we look for him? We think he's here. If the homeowner does not allow us to come in and we force entry, he's not there, well, that's armed breaking and entering, and rightfully so. Like, we should go to jail for that. That's bad news. But if the homeowner voluntarily lets us in and search and we find the guy and arrest him, all right, it's all good. If we kick the door in and cause property damage and he's still in there, it's all good. I mean, we just got to know for certain that he's in there before we, push ourselves in. So me and Kevin, we drove by, didn't see anybody in the driveway. We parked a block up the street, had to turn all the lights off, and we just waited and waited and waited for hopefully him to come by. Now, we knew that he was getting around in the truck. So sure as shiznit, about 30 minutes after waiting, we see a pickup truck drive by really slow, and just coincidentally drove right by our truck, right in front of us at this intersection. We were teed off, and we're getting eyeballed, like, hard. And I told Kevin, it's like, this is probably them, and we've been made. It's like, because they were driving really slow, and they knew we were on to them. So she turned and drove real slow by her house, because it was a female that was driving, and then went right back around the corner, and it's like, and left, and it's like, that was it. We've been blown. That was them. They suspect that we're there watching the house. A few minutes later, guess who comes back around the corner? Same exact way, drives right by us, eyeballs us really hard. We're pretty dark. We're keeping the below the dash, and just kind of like we're lounging. And she eyeballs us really hard, pulls up right next to our house, pulls in the driveway. I'm like, boom, and that's it. That's them. And so we see her get out pretty quickly. And so I got binoculars on, whole 9 yards, and got the camera zoomed in. And yeah, we just see the female leave. We don't know if this female is the girlfriend. We assume it is, but we don't see him. We got to see him go in the house. So we're waiting, and then out of the blue, like literally, like it was like 5 minutes later, we see the truck open back up and a guy crawl out of the back seat. And I was like, what is that? Like he was laying down, which is really odd. It was like he was hiding and waiting to see if the coast was clear inside the house, and she gave the coast was clear, and then he was going to get out. Kind of, it was just weird, just bizarre. But we saw him get out in construction clothes. I'm looking at him. I'm like, this matches the physical description. This has got to be him. And so me and Kevin at that point make the determination that we're going to go ahead and hit the house. And so we drive by, and just so happens they left the front door was wide open. The lights were on the house. And so that's just, it's like inviting us in. So we're like, okay, this is it. We're going to go ahead and make this entry, and we're going to go ahead and find him and hopefully arrest him. So that is the gist of the setup and context of this hunt that I'm getting ready to show you. Again, this is the culmination of about, I think this is our 3rd time out hunting for this guy. So not very long, 3 nights, 3-4 hour nights, and we were able to find him pretty quick. Just goes to show, chat, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Do not piss off your girlfriend or your wife, because they will rat you out in a hurry, and do so with a smile on their face. But I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that she was also the one that went straight to the jail after he got arrested and turned in and bonded his butt out of jail. I have no doubt about it. That's just the way these relationships work. It's crazy. It's terrible. It's hilarious. You don't know whether to laugh or cry about the whole thing. It's just like, you know, first you get your guy charged with all these assault charges. Literally, at least 3, if not 4, different municipalities had assault charges that he had missed court on from this one woman, this wife. And guess who's bonding him out each and every single time? His wife, right? And guess who gets him arrested this time? His wife. And then even him on the ride home after we arrived at the jail, when we talked to him, he's like, oh yeah, she'll probably come get me out. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It's like, this is ridiculous. But it's just so common. Like, it's just, I shouldn't act surprised anymore, because it's just the way, some people, that's how some people operate. For some marriages, that's normal. And yeah, so anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and get started. If you guys have not bookmarked yet, StephenIRL.com, and there's a button at the top that says Dark Server. We're not streaming that just yet, but I will go ahead and start showing the first few minutes of this arrest, so that we're as a teaser, and yeah, then we'll get going from there. So without further ado, let me get this out here. We are at boom, boom, boom. I thought we had more of this arrest recorded than we thought we did, but unfortunately this is all we got. So speaking of females, where is Forrest? I'm sure she would join calls with you during stream. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen her all day. She's been gone. She's already banned me. So, all right, here we go. Code name. Actually, I think I'm going to do this, but I'm going to turn off my webcam. Oop, not that webcam. Turn off this webcam, and we'll go ahead and start from there. So we have literally just walked into the door, and are getting ready to start our search, hoping to find them right as we got in the door. But you know, that generally not the case. They saw us pull up, and you know, of course, here's pull up. And then they're expecting, you know, they're kind of half expecting us to pull up. Like, I think they were all on edge. And then when we came in, they're like, oh, frick, it's happening. So.
Arms in the house I need to be worried about, ma'am? No. Josh, come on out, man. This is stupid. Can you get the dog? Come on. All right, she's getting control of the dog. He's hiding. Stand by. Josh, we're your bondsman. We're not the police. Come on out and get your bond reposted, and you can take care of this. It's for everyone's benefit. He just comes on out without intent to search the home and safe for everybody. Tell him to come on out. Stand by. I'm still at the front door. She's in the garage. You got the place locked down?
Come back.
So Kevin's in the back. He's making sure he's not run out a back door or a window or something like that. So that's who I'm talking to on the radio, keeping him apprised of everything that's going on, so that you know, as soon as I make contact or he makes contact, we know to back the person up.
Copy that. I'm aware. Yeah, I'm at the front door with the door open. I'm just hanging tight for a second. I'm going to keep an eye on these windows. You got the back unlocked? Just, hey, ma'am, if he doesn't come out and he makes us drag him out, we're going to put him on a do not bond list, which means that no bondsman's going to touch him. If he'll cooperate with us, we will not put him on a do not bond list. But if he goes on a do not bond list, we're going to we mass text out all the bondsmen, say, hey, this guy was trouble, don't post his bond. So if he comes on out, he doesn't put on that list. All right?
That is an actual list. So almost all the major bondsmen in the city are on a mass text list. And so we kind of let each other know, like, hey, if anybody gets to surrender somebody, by surrender somebody, someone has to, if a bondsman go out and arrest somebody and turn them into jail and there's a big problem, we would mass text out, say, hey, so-and-so just got turned into so-and-so jail. Do not post his bond. He gave us trouble, blah, blah, blah. So that is an actual deal. And so if you'll cooperate with us, we won't put you on the list. If you're gonna roughhouse with us, if you're gonna give us a lot of trouble, we text out, say, hey, stay away from this person. He's not gonna go to jail or not gonna go to court, and you're gonna have to drag him to jail yourself. So this is the arrest that got me banned. So if you guys are in chat asking, so we're watching that video now.
You got 60 seconds. Josh, I don't know if you heard me, but if you don't come out, you're going to go on a do not bond list, which means no bondsman's going to touch you. If you come out and cooperate, we will not put you on the do not bond list. Hey, who's the guy on the bicycle? We got a guy on a bike on the side of the house here.
Billy?
Billy?
He's right here on the side of the house. Stay right there, man.
Where's he at? No, it's not him. That's not him. Hey. Hey, we need you to stay out here for a minute, okay, man? Till we get Josh apprehended.
So while we were there was some guy just showed up on a bicycle. And so I radioed Kevin. It's like, hey, some guy showed up on a bike. Kevin may or may not have heard me and just said, hey, I think I just found him right here, which, to be fair, he didn't match his stature. But I was like, as soon as I got over to him, like, nope, not our guy, and get back in position and make sure this guy doesn't try to jump out somewhere.
No, he's here. All right, I'm going in, copy.
Hear you. I'm back here.
All right, I'm going in the house, copy.
Both still working.
All right, stand by. I'm coming in. Just need to stay out here, all right, sir?
I seriously don't. I don't know where. I don't know what you.
Is there a door in the garage going out the back?
Yes, but it's still sealed. It's still.
Is there a back door?
Yes, it's still sealed up too.
Can you unlock it
Yes.
and open it up? I'm having the girlfriend open up the back door.
So at this point, what I'm doing is Kevin's on that back side. I want to make sure Kevin's got quick access to me in case I need his help. Or if I need to run out to him and I'm inside the house, if it's a fast way to get out the back door, I'm going to go out that way as well. So we're trying to, we don't want any, we're trying to control how many entrances and exits there are into the home. If there's only 2 doors and we've got one guy in the back, that's generally a good play. So again, that way we have access to one another. In case we got to get to one another quickly. So the idea is I'm going to go in the house. I'm going to start searching the main floor. I'm going to verify it's not the main floor. We know there's a basement. And then once the main floor is clear, then we can go ahead and start searching the basement and not have to worry about there being multiple exits out of the basement in most cases. So
There's a garage door here, too.
She's saying it's sealed up. What about the other side of the house? You got that?
Yeah, I see that back.
Okay, the other side of the house has no windows, just the front and the back there. All right, is that door unlocked?
Yes, it's open.
All right, is that back door open, Kevin?
Back door. She's got the back door open, but there's still a side door on the garage.
And can you open up the side door in the garage as well?
Clear the garage, then I can come in the back door.
Copy, stand by. She's getting in. She's going in there now.
Are you in the side?
Say again?
Side?
No, I'm still at the front door.
So as you guys can imagine, there's a lot of communication going back and forth. I want to know exactly where he's at. He needs to know exactly where I'm at, what I'm doing, all that kind of thing. You guys are going to find out why. You're guys going to watch the video in entirety and then make your own assessment of why I got banned. But hey, what's up, Synapse guys? Tonight's stream is only made possible because of Synapse, so be sure to give him the shout out. He's the brains behind the Dark server, which we'll be utilizing here in just a moment. But we've got another minute or so before we're going to be making that swap, and that's when there's going to be a firearm involved. So that's why I got to cut over to the band server, the Dark server. So stand by.
Do you have that garage door open yet?
Garage is clear. There's a basement door right here, too.
Copy. You in the garage?
I'm outside still. I'm at the garage door with her.
Copy. I'm going in. Copy.
All right, at this point, I go ahead and make entry into the house. And because this guy's not being cooperative and not wanting to come out, here's kind of my personal procedure of when I draw a firearm. If you have violent tendencies based on the charge that you have, which you had, like I said, quite a few assault warrants for his arrest, or FTA assault warrants. I don't know much. Convicted felon, I just don't have a lot of information other than what I have based on the charges. Now, come to find out, wasn't that big of a deal. But again, I don't know that. And that's the problem with a lot of these situations is you're going to a situation completely blind. You don't know what you're going to walk into. We know, one, he's in there. And two, we know he doesn't want to be found or caught or taken to jail. And to what end, I don't know. I do know he's also a user. He could be a nice guy. But, when you're on drugs, I've arrested people on cocaine and meth and heroin and, alcohol and the whole shebang. I mean, it's like people on drugs are not in the right state of mind. And I've fought quite a few people on different substances. And so, whereas they might be really, really cool, calm, collected people, and when they're not high as a kite, you just never freaking know. So I do make the decision to draw my firearm, at least have it out while I'm searching. And that is, I think, the larger part of the reason I got banned on stream was because of the fact that there was a firearm on stream, and it was and look, there is a delay built into our stream, so mods can actually cut away in case anything gets too crazy. So that was in place that night, but for whatever it's worth, that wasn't enough. So we're going to go to the Dark server now. If you guys will go to StephenIRL.com, and at the very top of the screen, you'll see Dark server. There's a couple other things I need to point out to you as well. We have something called, we don't have, a full chat integration yet into the Dark server. So if you guys want to jump on Discord, I'll give you guys a second to do that. We have something called the Going Dark chat, which is basically a chat that I will be monitoring which is right here, which I'll be monitoring while the stream's going on. So I'll respond in the comments in there. So if you have anything you want me to, just use it like a chat. I know it's not as streamlined as being, especially if you're on mobile. But if you want to jump over to that and ask me any questions or chat in the Going Dark chat on Discord, be sure to jump over there. If you need access to the Discord link, is discord.gg.StephenIRL. I'm putting that in chat now. Be sure and click that. Alternatively, you can go to the description down below, click on the link tree. All my social media accounts are in there, including the Discord. So I'll give you guys just a minute. Jump on Discord, and then you're going to go to StephenIRL.com and click on Dark server up top, and we will see you guys over there.